Hi Hermes lovers, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanya and I am also an Hermes lover, and today we will be talking about how to refuse an Hermes bag. This is a question I get asked a lot, how to properly refuse an Hermes bag from your sales associate to not burn any bridges and to increase chances of getting something that you love. First of all, a lot of people don't refuse Hermes bags. They will just buy whatever their sales associate offers them. I am not a fan of this strategy, and I will tell you why. So there is a reason why quota bags are called quota bags. It's because there is a quota of how many bags you can get per year. So in some stores it's one, in some stores it's two, but let's say 2 bags, and it's usually a Birkin and a Kelly. So if you're wasting your quota, you really want to make sure that you love the bag. And if it is a non-quota bag, it may, depending on which store you are at, it might delay your journey. So I definitely don't recommend getting something that you don't love. You know, I get so many questions on Instagram. People, DM me and they're like, should I buy this bag? Should I buy that bag? Should I buy, in this color or whatever? And my answer is always the same. Buy what you love. And deep inside, you know if you like something or not. Like, if you are questioning if you should get that bag or not, there's your answer. You probably should not get that bag. You should be excited about the offer. You should be like, yes, it's the bag that I want, and finally I get an opportunity to buy it. I know how ridiculous it sounds, but we are all in the Hermes community here, so I feel comfortable saying it. Yes, you are given an opportunity to spend $10,000-$15,000 on a bag, so make sure that you love it. You have that feeling, you're excited about getting the bag, not like questioning if you should buy it. Once you start questioning, it is your sign to not get the bag. Of course, you should only listen to yourself, and if you don't like my advice or strategy, I will not be upset about it. If you don't feel comfortable saying no to your sales associate, it's totally fine, but I am here to teach you how to say no to a bag, and not only to not sabotage your chances at bags in the future, but increase the chances of getting the bag that you love. First, we will be talking about how to say no to a non-quota bag. If you are a new client, most likely your sales associate will try to push for non-quota bags such as a Picotin, her bag, got even Gypsy Re, which is, $9,000, crazy price tag if you ask me for a non-quota bag, or like some other bags like a Steeple, Evelyn, newer non-quota bags. So it's up to you if you love that non-quota bag. Again, I will only advise you to buy what you truly love. If you love something, if you love a bag, even if you love, an expensive non-quota bag, by all means, go ahead and get it. And if you do not want to get this bag, here's something what I would say. I would say, so-and-so, I don't know, let's name our sales associate Alex. It can be both a man or a woman. I would say, hi Alex, thank you so much for this offer, or, oh, thank you so much for thinking of me. I don't really love this style, insert. I don't really like this style of Evelyn. I don't really like the style bag, Picotin, whatever. And I would gladly wait for a Birkin or a Kelly or, Constance, whatever you want to get, and say what you liked about the bag or what you didn't like. You can say like, you know what, if it is definitely not a bag that you like or not even a color that you like, you can say something like, hey Alex, thanks so much for thinking of me. I appreciate it, but I don't love the color or the style of this bag. I would prefer, like, let's say they offer you black and you want white. You could say like, I would prefer like a lighter color, close to white, off-white, whatever, Kelly, and I will wait for that. Again, thank you so much for thinking of me. It's very nice, it's very polite. You're rejecting and you're telling them why you don't like this bag and what you want instead. Now let's talk about how to reject a quota bag. And before we do that, I would like to talk about the wish list. So there is 2 things of rejecting a quota bag, which is a Birkin or a Kelly, in some stores Constance. If you are rejecting something that was on your wish list, then it's not your sales associate's fault. It is your fault for not making a better wish list. But if you're rejecting something that was not on the wish list, then I would say it's okay to reject it. For example, I always say keep your wish list up to date and really think about it. If your sales associate asks you to make a wish list, you should sit down and even talk to them. Like, I always recommend making a wish list together, so it feels like less of you giving like an order to the sales associate versus like a conversation with friends. You could be like, you know what, I don't know if it's your first bag or not first bag. You'd be like, I really want a Kelly this time, or I would love a Birkin. And then they will ask you if you're open to sizes, leathers, colors, and things like that. I always recommend just giving them a little bit of a broader range, or you could go very exact if you do want only that specific bag. Like, for example, I have been both ways. One time I gave an exact wish list to my sales associate. I wanted to get a Birkin 30 golden gold in Togo leather, and you can see it right there. So I made the exact order because I wanted to be specific, but I waited for a longer time. I waited almost a year and a half for that bag. But usually I'm like this. Okay, I would like a Kelly 25 in a natural color. I'm open to black. I'm open to any shade of brown, taupe, whatever. I like Cellier style. I don't like retourné style. So, and then you basically tell them like, you know, I'm open to Epsom leather, or if you're open to box, and then give them preference on the hardware as well. So I personally love gold hardware. At times I'm not against palladium, but I do love gold. So I'll be like, okay, I want this bag in gold hardware, so they know what your wish list is. Definitely try to give your sales associate a few different options to play around with, and like the more niche you go, like for example, if you want a black mini Kelly or like a mini Kelly of some sorts, be open. Let's say you want a black mini Kelly, and then at least be open in hardwares so you can get the bag sooner, because most likely there's, I don't know, so many people ahead of you waiting for a black mini Kelly with gold hardware, something like that, you know? Or like if you want a pink Birkin 25, just be open to the colors of pink. Say like, I like pastels, so your sales associate knows, okay, I have a Birkin 25 in Sakura, I have Birkin 25 in Mauve Sylvester, Mauve Palais, pastel pinks. If you want a brighter pinks, you could say, you know, I want a Birkin 25 in Rose Mexico, or whatever, like brighter pink. If your sales associates gets a bag, not exactly the color you asked for, but like a pastel pink, maybe Hermes comes up with a new color, then they think of you. So I always recommend being a little bit more flexible with the wish list. Now, if your sales associates says that they have an offer for you and it is not what you asked for, it is totally okay to reject the bag. And the way how I would do it, I would say, hey Alex, thank you so much for thinking of me. While maybe it's a different color, or maybe like you ask for a Kelly and they give you a Constance, to say like, oh, while I love this color, I would prefer to have it in a Kelly. Or while I love Kellys, I would prefer to have a Kelly in a natural color. And then you reference your wish list, such as, I don't know, black, whatever natural colors. So basically you want to give them the reason why you're rejecting the bag. Or let's say you had your sales associate came through, you know, you wanted a black Kelly 25 with gold hardware, and they got you a black Kelly 25 gold hardware but in retourné, and you wanted Cellier. Like, this is a reason enough to pass on a bag. I would say, wow, thank you so much for thinking of me. I absolutely love the color and the size, and the hardware is perfect, but I really had my eyes set on Kelly Cellier per my wish list. I would like to wait for this bag. So this is how you politely reject your bag. Now, if your sales associate got you a bag that is on your wish list and you just don't want to take it because you changed your mind, that's when things get a little bit tricky. Depending on your relationship with your sales associate, of course, you're free to reject it, but if the sales associate produced exactly what you asked them for and then you change your mind, it doesn't really look good on you as a client. I have rejected multiple bags, and always I find that it is a positive thing versus a negative thing, because your sales associate knows that you are ready to wait for what you love and that you're not a reseller, because usually resellers and people who just want to get like a Birkin or whatever, they'll get any bag that they offer them. So I feel like it builds a lot of trust of the sales associate, and I have seen great things come from refusals, such as special orders, you know, people being offered mini Kellys, things like that. So just stay true to your gut. And if you are questioning, again, if you are questioning if you should refuse a bag, probably you should refuse it. And it's okay to wait for something that you really love, because these bags are so expensive and there is a quota system, so you want to make sure that you love that bag. I hope that this video was helpful. Please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video, or if you have any other Hermes situations that you need help with. I am a walking Hermes encyclopedia and I'm here to give you tips, as always, with love.